Mr. Mays, did you say that you would like to lead the blessing?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Dear God, Almighty God, as I kneel down here on my knees and pray in this public meeting, I pray to you, Lord, that there's no nonsense. I pray to you, Lord, that we can take care of the business of the people of the city of Flint with no nonsense and great understanding. Lord, protect us as we move through our daily lives and take care of our business. The controversy in Israel and all around the world is a little much. At the end of the day, Lord, it's all about you and what I believe you want us to do. Lord, forgive me for my sins, and let us see if for once with this new council we take care of business. If not, Lord, take me safely home. Watch over me, my family, and the residents of the city of Flint. These blessings I have asked in Jesus' name.
Well, Mr. Mays, just like the last meeting that was called by the mayor, this meeting was specifically called, the first meeting that we're attending to, called by Councilwoman Worthy and myself, and the agenda is as posted with no additions to that agenda.
Ms. Lewis, I'm not going to argue with you today. I will pray. I know that this
meeting has been recessed for 30 minutes.
No, point of order. I object to a recess. You can't just order a recess and get up. I object to the recess. This meeting right now is broke for a lack of a quorum. If it ain't 5 folks sitting up here, I want anybody who see her break the quorum and get up and then try to run out of here, come back and convene a illegal meeting. This is crazy.
Thank you. We have been recessed for 30 minutes.
This recess for how long? You can't just order a recess. This is a council meeting. You have to vote on a recess. Who do you think you are? You broke the quorum. You ignorant.
That is pitiful.
And just got up. Now we don't get up. You can't order a recess and get a hammer. You have to vote on a recess. You and the legal department, anybody who thinks you have to vote on a recess, that's crazy. This ain't no dictatorship. This ain't Iran. This ain't Syria. Ain't no right.
For those in attendance, the chair ordered a recess because our colleagues were gathering their items so they can bring quorum. So we are going to handle the city's business.
This is getting ridiculous. She talking about she hit the gavel. That was I'm calling no damn recess. You must think we some damn ignorant fools black from the north side. You got another thing, son. You got you're acting like it. You got another thing, son.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
That's just political rhetoric and lies, because $1 million a year shortfall in the rubbish fund, those ain't my numbers, those are the CFO numbers. So they wanna speak and try to bamboozle the public and think that this is a good deal. And like I said, we're already.
Okay, Mr. Mays, that is your second warning. You are removed from the meeting.
Yeah, the people leaving. As the people leaving.
Democracy is dead in Flint City Council.
Mr. Murphy.
Thank you. I already know coming in this meeting, I expected that Councilman Mays was going to be feeling some kind of way because the judge's order ruled that he did not have authority to continue on as the council president, and he can appeal that decision or whatever. So I knew coming into this meeting, and I tried to keep it professional as possible. I added 3 add-on resolutions. I quoted the charter up out of here. I tried to keep it professional as possible. When he called me a self-proclaimed dope dealer and all of that stuff, I don't like that because that's not who I am. I don't sell drugs, and he keep on making these accusations.
Quincy Murphy, former drug dealer from Wesley Hood.
No one stopped him. Now he talking about a 357. Yeah, from where I came from in the streets, when you talk about 357 and guns and stuff, now I got my antenna going up. I already know he don't like me, which I don't care. He's a bully, in my opinion, on council. He is sitting up here just dominating the meeting. Every time he come to a meeting, he just full of chaos and just disruptive. And I try to keep it professional as possible. But as a human being, as a council person, as a leader in the community, I don't think I should sit here while the chairperson allows somebody to call me a self-proclaimed dope dealer and don't stop them. And then when I go and say something to him, I'm wrong. Brung a resolution, and my colleague over in the 6th Ward got to talking about messy and all of this different kind of stuff. You ain't got to add them adjectives into the resolution. Just say you ain't against, you ain't for it right now. I don't mind. Me and my colleague right next to me, we don't agree a lot of the times on things, but we don't sit up here and disrespect each other, and I call her mess. Those are wrong words. Those are triggers. So when you go and trigger me and you go and you make these accusations, and then I come back, because guess what? Quincy got a mouthpiece on me, and I can go in and go there, and y'all will be putting me up out of here, but that ain't what the voters elected. I did not call him out his name. I did not start making derogatory comments toward him. I said something when he called me a self-proclaimed dope dealer, because that is not who my mother raised. And even though everybody got a pass as if he ain't never did nothing wrong in the past, he keep on calling me a dope dealer like I'm a dope dealer, and I don't like it. It's okay for him to say what he want to say, but then when I go and stop him and say what I want to say.
What's your point?
Mr. Murphy, are you saying you didn't say something about the streets when I was not here, and how you gonna teach me in the streets? You saying you didn't say that? It's recorded, isn't it?
Okay, proceed, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you. And I need to do a referral, and I need to make a complaint about this, Alec. But I ain't gonna go there, because this 357 gun that he talking about, I'm not sure where he going with that. So I came to be elected and to help move the city of Flint forward. My county in the 1st Ward talking about a 357, and I don't know.
What's your point?
You want me to clear up what I said?
Okay, that's
If
unacceptable.
you ain't sure,
That's unacceptable.
the last person who threatened Go ahead. If you want me to clear it up, that's my point of
Yeah.
information. You
No,
want me to
that's-
clear it up?
No, that's improper. Proceed, Mr.
Thank you.
This is not the first time that he has said, "Come for me." I described specifically the process was grimy and messy. I didn't call Councilman Murphy grimy or messy, so it was a comprehension issue. And he needs to understand that. He has cussed me before. I've had to remove him from a meeting, and he just constantly feels like he can just talk to women or to me any kind of way. And you've done it before. You refuse to apologize. And then he's got all these emotions on his face that he's showing because he's so, I guess, disturbed.
I also would like to say that I will be leaving at 8:30 as my daughter is sick. I haven't felt well myself. I think she's getting that flu that's going around, unfortunately. And that I've been here almost 5 hours. How much? 4 hours? And I'm not really sure what we've gotten done so far.
3 hours. We've been here 3 hours, but go ahead.
4 hours.
Ms. Worthing, we started at 4:30. Okay.
4 hours, by the time I leave, nothing will get done. My point. Thank you.
When you leave, allow it.
Thank you. So, is anybody?
Point of order.
You guys, come on, Mr. Mays. Unacceptable, will not be tolerated. That's your only warning. And so,
But people get excited when it ain't Mays. Elder abuse. They get excited when it ain't Mays. But when I see people on Winters Hall's page and people associated with the mayor saying he need his kicked, zero tolerance in City Hall for me. Zero tolerance from appointees or elected officials. There's only two categories. You're bigger than me. I'm 62 and skinny, but guess what? I'm feisty, and I'm gonna warn everybody talking. Be careful putting your hands on folks, because it could cause a problem. It's just too much. And Miss Galloway, you ain't checking it. You letting her call us racist, illegal, we acting illegal. People like they scared. They ain't scared. This a game. And you rolling with them. These some folks playing a game. Eva think it's funny. Kate doing it, and you buying into it. Here you done sat and ignored an appeal, ignored a second, and then after the hoopla, okay, let's
Point
go
of
with the
order,
appeal.
Madam Chair, he has far
What's your point
surpassed
of
his
order?
time.
right.
Sure have. I sure
Councilman
have,
Guerra.
Pastor. You want to tell me to wrap up? That's the right
Councilman,
thing.
you already said that you would wrap up 3 minutes
I
ago.
didn't say I'd wrap
Yes,
up
you
3
did.
minutes ago. You think you heard that.
Oh, goodness.
You ain't heard me say the
Councilman
wrap
Mays.
up word once. If you want me to wrap up, I will. But I ain't said nothing about wrap up.
Right, he is.
And so
Thank you.
whenever you hear stuff in that chair that ain't for real, you tend to think it's for real.
Thank you, Councilman Guerra.
Don't thank me, just say wrap up. You being rude.
No, you
I'll
said
call
that you
for
would
the
wrap
question.
up.
I'll call for the
I already
question.
called. I already recognized Mr. Guerra.
How you gonna take the flow from me? Point of
Councilman Mays,
order.
your time was up.
Point of order.
Oh, goodness. What is your point of order?
You telling
Councilman
me
Mays, don't
you done took the flow as I called for the question. I thought
Your
you
time
said
was
wrap
up.
up.
No.
I'm
You said
looking
that
at
you would
Pastor
wrap up
Gibb,
3 minutes
and when
ago.
I called for the question, you didn't want me to wrap up. I can call for the
Councilman
question
Mays, I have
about
already
wrapping up.
recognized Councilman
You
Guerra.
just want to hear from
Councilman
him.
Guerra.
I said call for the question.
You're
So you
I
saying
had already
you
recognized
ain't gonna
Councilman
allow
Guerra.
that, and I still had the flow? I
There's a
thought-
call for the question.
Yeah, so what you doing? Calling on him?
You weren't recognized. I had already recognized Mr.
Man,
Guerra.
you turned
Mr. Guerra,
into a
what
joke,
is...
Ms. Galloway.
Okay,
Do I have the,
we'll
I
see.
have the floor?
You
because I
do
was
have the
recognized.
floor, sir.
You know, I in the last, I'd say 10, 15 minutes,
You like to read what it says? Right,
He was
right,
when I called his name.
right. But Robert's rules,
You have to each seat, that's true, but the vote doesn't count, so everybody has the opportunity to vote. And it only speaks to going in order, you know, we start with the first ward, second ward, but even if you miss, you can still go back.
Point of information.
yeah.
what's your point of information?
So that means I can get out of my seat see what other people can do, and then hop back in my seat and come back to me. That ain't the
Do you think
spirit
that
of
that's
the,
what- yeah.
is that the spirit of our rotation?
No. Right. Yeah, right.
But that's,
Right. Everybody gets an opportunity.
but we've done that with Mr. Mays a couple of times.
Well,
Make the statement again, Ms. Madam Clerk.
Yes, we have done that with Mr. Mays a couple of times when he's been even walking down the
Now,
aisle
put me in.
to his seat.
Point of information. Point of information. If Ms. Brown want to
What's your
use
point
me
of-
to,
what's your point of
if she want to
information?
use me to make her argument, show me the specific date and agenda. I'll make that referral and request. Don't use me no argument, because I know that ain't too much happening. Ain't nobody circled back on me
Thank
in
you,
4
sir.
years.
Do I have the floor still?
Don't
Yes.
use me.
So
You do have the floor.
So
Sorry.
what I would
Here
also
for 4 years and
like
ain't
to
never
know
body-
the-
Councilman Mays, you do not have the floor. Mr.
the
Guerra.
rule that you're referencing that Mr. Winfrey told you on the Rules Committee, before this vote comes up, I would like if you could restate that, if Angela could state that for the record, just so they know.
You can change your vote before the vote come up. That's what it says. You can change it.
No. I wasn't saying that. Councilman, he asked me to answer a question for him. Councilman Mays had done an appeal for the decision of the chair. And Councilman Winfrey, who sat next to me when he was a 6th Ward council person, when he wasn't the president.
Point of order.
What is your point of order?
This is the time where people make their arguments. Ms. Galloway, you started out.
Councilman, Ms.
Beg 'em.
Fields and Ms.
Them
Worthing.
Beg 'em.
Ms. Fields and Ms. Worthing, I would appeal to you guys, the agenda items.
Point of order.
What's your point of order?
We in the middle of discussion on an appeal, nothing to do with them. Stick here. We got a quorum.
The only
We in
sad
middle
thing
of
about it
this.
is, Councilman Mays, your
Madam
behavior
Chair, you
is
trying to get your
causing
votes.
council people,
We in a
I could care
meeting.
less about
Yes,
winning
you
this
do.
vote.
Let
We
them
got
go.
an $8 million
Point of order.
resolution
Point of
and
order.
an $80
Point of
million
order. It's enough people
bond
here to pass
on the...
resolutions. Let your cronies go.
Just go.
Let your cronies go.
Madam President.
How about I withdraw ruling you out of order? I just wanted to stop. I stop. I could care if you stay here all night. I am sad for what you do to this council. I just want to
if
get
you got a
the commu-
speech or you
I
withdrawing
do.
ruling
I
out
do.
of order. If you
I just
withdrawing
wanna
ruling
get
out of
this
order, don't get no
resolution passed.
speech.
Done.
What
Okay,
you doing?
So where are we at?
I'm gonna tell you where we at.
You
We on an
separated-
appeal.
I withdrew that. I withdrew ruling
Okay,
you out of
now
order.
see what we do. It ain't just on you to
What is that?
withdraw. You'll
Oh,
see what we
your time
do.
is up, Mr. Gary. You have the floor.
Oh, you might want to
Thank you, Mr. Gary. Go ahead. I could care less.
It goes back.
Thank you.
If that's all over, then I think it was
It
Mr.
ain't
Griggs
over.
that did-
Well, no, it's not. He hasn't withdrew, so we are still on the appeal. So what would you like to say? Because you are the last comment, unless some of my other colleagues have
I
anything
think
to
I
say.
still have the floor.
No, we've way past that. I know.
Well, okay, then
You
let
see
me-
what I mean? No,
Okay, all
Mr.
right,
Griggs,
let-
wait a minute. Mr. Guerra has the floor.
I ain't got to baby Mr. Griggs because he don't want to sit in this seat. Y'all don't baby me. Well, you can buck your eyes, Miss Galloway. You ain't babied me. And I ain't asked to be babied. I'm 59 years old. So you can buck your eyes, Miss Galloway, but the way you chaired this meeting is what caused the problem. Ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. And I'm here to tell you, the council appoints the clerk. The clerk works for the council. I don't have to rely on Miss Brown to say she can go backwards. This council and 5 votes gonna dictate that rule. So I don't have to ask Mr. Pastor Gilbert what the council do. 5 votes gonna dictate it. And I'm gonna know the 5 votes. I'm gonna watch the Kate Fields, I'm gonna watch the Griggs, I'm gonna watch you, and I'm gonna watch the Mr. Guerras and the Worthies. I don't care who leave this council. Hell, I want them to stay gone. I want to replace them. The only way you can get 5 votes is if you team up with that foolishness, you and Guerra. Well, you got to call for it immediately. What you got to do is recognize a point of order immediately. What you got to do is ask, is there a second immediately? That's what didn't happen immediately. You can laugh, Miss Galloway, but you got my attention. If you think you can sit out here and warn me, call sergeants and lieutenants and ignore an appeal from a colleague, you got another thing coming.
Now take that.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to address this council? Anyone else that would like to address this council? Anyone else that would like to address this council? Public comment is closed. Is there anyone that would like to address as in the council response? Mr. Guerra?
I make a motion to adjourn.
There's a motion on the floor to adjourn. Is there a second?
Madam Chair, I say.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. Those that oppose?
Nay.
You can leave though. You don't have to. Yep, it is.
All right.
It is.
I want the record to reflect this finance committee was broken up for a lack of a quorum. I'm looking forward to these minutes. This is finance.